Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a Manassas campaign for you. It was Maryland campaign, now Manassas campaign. They're starting off with their first tabletop of this new season. And our first map today is going to be Pat's Turnpike, followed up by our second map, which is going to be the Burnsides Bridge. Before we get into that, thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Regiments tonight on the CSA side, you have the Missouri State Guard, Jackson's Division, I Corps, 10th Tennessee, 15th Alabama, and the 12th Virginia. Whereas on the Union side, you have the Iron Brigade, 10th United States Corn Brigade, 5th New Hampshire, Sussy Brigade, Pennsylvania Army, 5th Virginia, and the 2nd Mississippi, who did balance over. So thank you, 2nd Mississippi. Server pop today. We are looking at a 270-man server. In balance is 10 right now to the CSA side. Artillery-wise, Union has 5, Confederates have 9. So that imbalance goes from 10 to 6 in CSA's favor in terms of infantry numbers, turned now to 5. So let's get into our round here. Frontline reporters tonight for your Union perspective, you have Ninja here from the Pennsylvania Army, and then the CSA side, you have Natty from the 12th Virginia. Very appreciative of those guys to give us their frontline view. And all I will say is go Team USA, beat Canada. Anyways, that game will be up. I'm watching that hockey game right now. Unfortunate that this is at the same time, but you know, it is what it is. You can enjoy both beautiful things at the same time. So Pat's Turnpike, we don't necessarily know the ticket advantage that CSA has on this map. However, we know that they at least have some form of a ticket lead, as all attackers do have a ticket lead. However, in terms of weapons for this map, the Union defense has the 114th Pennsylvania with the Springfield 61, and then the other regiment, the 2nd United States, has the Springfield 61 as well. Meanwhile, on the CSA attacker side, they have the Palmetto Sharpshooters with the Enfield, Mississippi, and the Whitworth, and then they have 5th Virginia with the Springfield 42, so they got buck and ball, and they have the option of the Enfield and the 55 as well. So, CSA has the advantage of guns. They also have the advantage of having the ticket advantage. Point of contention is in the center of the map here, and so generally CSA, at least I assume, really the only path in terms of cover that they have is going through this woods, and so that is why you have, for example, 12th VA and JD starting to push up through there. Meanwhile, holding on the other side in the woods for Union, you have Corn Brigade and Twin Banners, maybe Sussy Brigade as a whole there. So CSA trying to make an effort. Looks like 12th VA is going to pop up and get a nice little flank on Union, who's holding kind of in this nice defilade spot. You got PA, 10th US. 10th US kind of getting hit on that flank, and they're getting slaughtered there. You got Iron Brigade in 5th New Hampshire. Mississippi Brigade as well. And you can see CSA, a fair amount of groups are putting pressure on this Union left. 15th Alabama looking to go down. You might be wondering, why aren't they going to that snake fence to the left of them? Well, it's because that is out of bounds. So, further back, you got I Corps pushing up center. And so, they don't have a Steam chat in this event, and it'll be intriguing to see how things play out here. But I wouldn't be surprised if CSA tries to make aggressive moves within this woods and tries to throw Union out. Because once CSA gets control of this woods, they can kind of push Union back to their spawn, which is right in the center of this little open area here, like behind those center trees and bushes there. So they can push them out there, and then they can also get great flanks out towards the point. So, other side, 15th Alabama pushed up. We're able to get up here, and now they're holding on the edge of out of bounds in a slight defilade.
Bayonets on. Bayonets on.
Spread out to the left. Spread out left.
Shoot them down, boys.
See, they got the Mississippis there.
Spread it, gentlemen. Spread it out.
Faster reloads, but worse at melee because the length of that weapon is shorter, and you can see some of the damage that has done there. I mean, it's only 4 guys, but you know, every life matters. So Union falling back even further. 12th VA throwing Union off of there, and Union is really outnumbered within that wood line. And so it seems CSA is just trying to pinch the Union from both sides. They're not. I don't think 15th Alabama is gonna charge at all. I think they're just going to sit in this spot. They got great shooting weapons, and there's no need for them to charge because you don't want to charge over an open field. They're pressuring the Union on that side, and it's letting the CSA on the other side of the field just focus on the Union in the trees and not have to worry about being flanked from CSA,
Alright,
or
guys,
from
take
Union
aim.
rather,
Down that column. Take aim.
to their right.
Steady.
Down that column, boys.
End up in the fire. End up in the fire. End up in the fire.
They're right here in front of us.
So for now, CSA kind of going in this shootout. And so far it's working. Tickets are down for Union, almost about a fourth of a stage. CSA slightly down on tickets. And 15th Alabama got a beautiful line here. So that's why you can kind of see Union falling back, is they were obviously getting hit. That's obvious to tell, but when you start losing tickets like this early on in the match to something as simple as a shootout, you should probably change up what you're doing. So, Union needs to put a little distance between themselves and the CSA, as these middle-ranged engagements do not seem to be working. And also, it's a little interesting that 10th US, I mean, they got a nice spaced-out line, but, I mean, both sides, they're slightly defilated. But Union could definitely be much more defilated if they wanted to.
Keep it spread, keep it spread, keep it spread.
Well, Union's almost halfway through battle already. Jeez.
Don't forget to get your loads.
Hold to the end. And then mode.
Get your reloads in if you don't have
Excuse trade a little bit.
So Union's just waiting for them to charge, and CSA is
Rest it up,
they're just
boys.
kind of
Make it
sitting
straight.
back.
I might not hit.
I mean, we haven't looked over here too much. I don't know if the CSA has like run up, took shots, and then fallen back.
Break reloads, boys. Break reloads. Let's go. Let's go. Pull it back. Pull it
But
back.
CSA is very hesitant to charge.
Boys, come on, 12th. Northeast.
Again, they're in a
Northeast,
great great spot so far, so it's not like they need to. I think they're gonna have to eventually, though.
I got loud.
So, almost looks like Union's fallen even further back over here.
We don't have the best shots over here, but they are in the field.
That's a whole.
But obviously you have a campaign to keep in mind as well. Don't necessarily know how that is all set up, as apparently they had coordination today for like an hour and a half, longer than that, which is wild. But you know, as long as everyone is having a good time, that's really all that matters in the end. But if you want to know more about the campaign, you can always join a regiment in this event or join Maryland Campaign Discord. So I'll put in the, or I guess, Manassas Campaign. It's going to be a while before I say Manassas Campaign consistently. I'm going to always say Maryland Campaign because I've only been saying that for like, what, a year now? So, anyways, I-Corps pushing up. Get a little close to the 8th Ohio skirmishers here. Don't think they realized they were there. Meanwhile, on this side, looks like 15th Alabama did actually push up, which I'm a little surprised by.
Shift right. They're going right.
And as long as they protect the flag, it will be a huge win, which flag got stabbed once, he turned around and died. I'm a little intrigued to 15th Alabama's charge there, I'm not going to lie. Now, I don't know if they thought they outnumbered the Union, which, I don't know if you could think that, but like 15th Alabama was putting a lot of pressure on the Union left, and it forces the Union to kind of stay there. And if CSA decides to put pressure in the woods, the Union left can't move over to reinforce. But I-Corps taking Union artillery, starting to put some shots in them. 15th Alabama did get their flag back, so props to them. And Union any second now is about to drop to engage. So, I mean, what, 11 minutes into the round is about when Union's going to hit engaged. So, that is a very good pace for the CSA to start this round. Very, very good pace. Usually you want to get the defenders down to battle ready by 30. So 15th Alabama is able to reform. You know, props to them for getting that flag out, though. And at least continuing to keep that pressure going on the Union. CSA is slowly and methodically pushing that line closer and closer to the Union line, and there goes Union to engage.
Hey, Twang. Make sure you're sticking near your star. I don't know where he is, but
West as well on the road.
yeah. Jim Doe. The Lord.
So, I mean, that's the thing is, CSA is slowly pushing forward. They're not breaking through Union lines. Yeah, they're putting a lot of pressure. Union's trying to go for kind of a bend don't break type of defense here. I mean, Union is not in a terrible spot. It's getting a little concerning, though. I guess we'll see what happens when the charges actually do happen. That's going to be the deciding factor. I mean, charges are the deciding factor in War of Rights matches. The rarity is shooting down your opponent working well. And, I mean, 11-minute pace to shoot down your opponent, a whole morale stage, is pretty good, I would say. Because what? We wait another 11 minutes. That's what? 22 minutes. And then Union's in taking losses. 11 minutes. Union's in breaking. Clock at 0 when Union hits last stand. It's like 11 minutes is a very good pace for CSA to be at. And honestly, they don't need to change much.
Just regain some cohesion. We're kind of just taking
Fix bayonets. Fix bayonets.
It's actually crazy. I just looked over at the hockey game and they just dropped the puck and the guys are fighting already. This is huge. I love hockey. What a sport. What a beautiful sport. Anyways. CSA pushing over here. That looks like a lot more than 15th Alabama. Holy crap, that is all 15th Alabama. You know, that's huge. That's big numbers. They didn't form too recent. They formed recently, I thought. So, that's pretty impressive. JD trying to go around. They're pushing up center. Union has a gap here, and so JD looking to take advantage. Now, they've overextended a little bit here. I don't know if Union will recognize that, but looks like JD was just going up to maybe take a shot and then fall back. I guess there is 8th Ohio there, so maybe that's who they were going at. Jeez. Union's line just keeps getting squished further and further and further. CSA goes to engaged. And that ticket gap looks to slowly be going in CSA's favor more and more and more. Oh my goodness, there's another fight. 2 fights in 3 seconds in the game. That's insane. CSA Artillery, you saw they have a nice shot there, knocking down Union Center. I don't know if they got a whole lot of kills. But Union line, at least, is slowly starting to fall back. So Union's really trying to play the time game here. They're trying to just avoid all this engagement and just slowly start pushing back to kill that clock. And it's not, I mean, in terms of if the 11-minute shoot down your opponent to the next stage is the same, it's not working so far. It's a nice idea. It's working well because CSA is refusing to play aggressive and charge. But it's not like CSA has really had the charge. So Union falling back further. I wonder how far the Union line will bend before it decides to stop bending. And third fight. Let's go. Anyways, 15th Alabama's pushing up here again. 15th Alabama doing the only type of aggressive moves here. I don't know how. I mean, it's kind of doing well because not all Union's committing here. And 15th Alabama is actually doing quite well over here just because of that fact. They also got a lot of numbers even with the disadvantage of the Mississippi.
Dad. Keep fucking going. No, fuck you.
Union will eventually hold, though, because artillery guys are spawning back in. And, again, 15th Alabama didn't lose the flag. Props to them for that. And, again, that brings Union tickets down. And now it's about a half morale stage difference right now.
Captain Gould there.
You're my eye.
Let's make a better line, boys. Alright, you know, just stay warmed up and wait till you get gunned down.
Remember, we are at open order. We are in a line.
Geez, 3 fights in this hockey game in 9 seconds. We're going to change it to a political channel. How about that? Hey, that's a great turn. Let's have an American Civil War based channel turn politics. That's nothing can go wrong with that, right? So, 5th NC maybe pushing up a little bit. Union's still bending. Maybe they're going to put a little pressure here. I mean, let's see. 10th US pulling up. Looks like they're going to try to hold this spot. So it looks like Union, at least in the center, is kind of reaching that point.
Will be charged at any moment. We must be prepared to kill.
Fuck you, rebel!
10th US, though, kind of outnumbered there. And Union is almost down to taking losses.
Readjust your line here, boys. We're gonna have company.
It's all hostile on the It's all hostile.
So, 15th Alabama returning to that side. I mean, it's kind of getting to a point where Union has to change strategy. Because this is not working. They're about to get taking losses in less than 20 minutes. I mean, that pace for CSA is picked up, partially due to 15th Alabama charging, and that second charge working a lot better for them. But Union's got a it's almost getting to a point where Union's got a turtle and kind of force CSA to camp. But obviously, if Union fell back to their main spawn, they would give CSA the whole field, and you wouldn't want that necessarily. And there they go. I mean, the thing is that if Union falls back to their main spawn and kind of hides back, I mean, CSA can take this wood line, and they can also set up where Union is at right now, a little more like right here as well. And regardless of where Union goes, they're either going into a woods full of CSA with better weapons than them, trying to charge into that, or they got to go through this big open field to break to the point. So, I don't think Union lines can bend that much more. And 15th Alabama applying a little more pressure. I don't think I've seen a bend don't break type of defense, at least in the War of Rights. Love watching it in football, you know, but
We're moving.
and so Union's got to change something up. I don't know how Union is content with this slow and painful death. 5th VA and PA are going center now, trying to do what 10th US was doing earlier, but they're not going to be able to do a whole lot here. And yeah, they pulled off. Union, for the most part, abandoning the center. And so Union as a team abandoning the center, kind of meeting up at this forest. At least most are going that way. And so Union is partially turtling right now. And if I'm CSA, I don't cap. Union artillery still trying to protect their guns, which they're going to pay a price for staying on that.
Clear it out, clear it out, clear it out.
Hold the Audi, hold the Audi.
And so CSA pushing up. Looks like that point is still on natural decay. I mean, we don't know the boundaries of it exactly, but CSA is starting to at least push up in the center. Now, the question is CSA going to push forward again? Union still, with this bend, don't break. They're consistently falling back. They're trying to play the clock. And CSA is on point. Now, if they did cap right now, they'd have to hold it for 7 minutes. And even in this spot, right, if Union wants to charge and take the point, they got to go through the woods, or they got to sweep through the open. So Union looks like they want to try to break out through the forest. I mean, Union's going to have to do this as a team. CSA is a little spread out, so Union could have a chance to defeat these guys in detail. So CSA cap, 7-minute counterattack. Union has to be aggressive with this, because the longer this counterattack goes, both sides are going to lose tickets, and that means Union won't be able to regain as many tickets. So, CSA do cap. It looks like it was some I-Corps guys who did that. Now, they're in a very good defensive spot to where a cap is okay, but if Union retakes, I mean, Union's going to regain a huge chunk of tickets here, and I assume CSA won't appreciate that. So, it's going to come down to the charges, as mentioned. And again, as long as CSA can hold the charges, they'll win this game. I was literally, the match I watched before this was Pat's Turnpike. I watched it earlier today on Pubs. The CSA basically did the same thing CSA is doing now, and they held Union charged. Granted, Union is a lot more organized, but here we go. JD's going to try to hit the side. JD's not going to do much, but they might cause Union to spread a little more apart. They're being reinforced by 12th VA. And CSA going in split like this might help the Union side a lot. But here's the thing, look, you got a lot of Union guys spread out here trying to deal with a few CSA guys, while the main initial bulk is trying to flank around. Now, one CSA flag, it looks like, is down. Maybe a Union flag is as well. Looks like I-Corps is starting to shift over, though. To try to assist, but Union is just moving through the open here. Oh my goodness, he just saw a respawn. CSA have taken losses. Even if CSA don't hold this, which they're starting to lose, Union kind of reforming and charging through CSA that went out. I don't know why I-Corps pushed out into the cannon. Sure, it's a nice place to have cover, but at the same time, you're spreading yourself out, allowing the Union to defeat you in detail. Meanwhile, the remainder of CSA here are going to try to hold this. Union is retaking the point. CSA kind of dive bombing. At this point, right, if Union retakes, Union's going to regain a lot of tickets. CSA just needs to bonsai in here because, A, if they bonsai, they could hold it potentially, which it looks like they aren't going to. But the other thing is that you don't want Union to regain a whole lot of tickets. And so, by just bonsaiing in and dying, you will prevent Union from regaining a lot of tickets. So, CSA kind of pulling back, reforming. They're down. Looks like one flag. And it looks like that cap was not a great idea in the end. Now, maybe it could have paid off, but, you know, there's a... I think a big part about this charge was CSA was spread out and Union kind of grouped up. They were waiting for this. And they grouped up and charged in, so... couple of Union Rambles going in. But Union might go out here trying to get these guys, which CSA fall back a little further. You can see CSA moving on to main spawn. Union regain a fair amount of tickets. And Union will try to regain the ground that they had. I mean, based off what I'm looking in CSA text chat, there's a lot of arguing going on in there right now. So it seems there's a fair amount of disagreement for if that cap was necessary. And I'm sure the people that said it was a bad idea are especially proven right now that Union's regained a bunch of tickets. I mean, that's obviously the risk with early capping. It's probably not advisable to cap there, but again, I think that CSA defense was a little iffy. But I don't think CSA was necessarily ready for that as well, because it didn't seem like everyone agreed to cap. So Union has an opportunity here, but again, there's still a lot of time left, and each side still has a high enough morale stage where CSA could again gain a ticket lead by just shooting down the Union. Now, CSA is going to try to get the flag. JD rushing out to get their flag. And Union looking to collapse an Iron Brigade going in on that. JD is trying to hold their ground. They need to get that flag out. I don't know why they're trying to hold a flag. Yep, the flag out. PA's trying to go in as well, some 5th NC guys, and they will get the flag out. So I think CSA has all of their flags. It looks like they do. Union's actually completely abandoned the center here. So, I mean, it's going to be a couple minutes before CSA reforms, but at least with the aggression that we saw from CSA, they have enough time.
Behind you, behind you.
Watch east, watch east.
I think he's friendly. No. Let him fight.
So, I-Corps, and I assume 50th Alabama is... Oh, they're actually going out a little further. You have a couple Union guys heading this way. 15th Alabama's going to get some juicy shots on them.
Get up here, boys. Get up here. Spread it out.
And so, CSA slightly down, but no worries for CSA. I mean, even when you're down tickets, as an attacker, it's not the end of the world. I mean, I've said this a few times, but you can be down a whole morale stage in tickets and still win as an attacker.
That their old position has artillery and this position has artillery, because we're going to have another fucking duel.
If I'm CSA, I return to what I've been doing the whole round and sit and shoot.
Yes.
Because that has been working well. Slowly make your way up. Now, it'll take CSA a moment or so because they are still reforming. You can see guys trickling out of main. Not a whole lot of CSA in the woods because it looks like, I mean, I-Corps is kind of in the center as well, but also Union has concentrated their whole team in the wood line. They don't want to lose this, and again, when CSA tries to break point, Union wants to push out of the forest. I mean, Union holding the wood line is really the best idea. I mean, if CSA take the wood line, you're probably going to lose the game. And it's been interesting because I think the last time I saw this map, at least regimental-wise, I don't remember if it was this event, I think it was, but the Union played very well. And you wouldn't expect that, especially with Union not having good guns compared to the CSA. I mean, CSA has Springfield 42. Granted, half the team has Mississippi's. And so Union would be a little better in melee in that aspect, but the 42s would make up for that, in my opinion. So 12th VA trying to push the pace a little bit. Union shifting a little bit, falling back some more. Again, the bend don't break style defense here. CSA would probably want to get closer in the open field, but if they push up too much, they'll cap. I don't know the length of this road. I don't know if that's... Like, I don't know how, like, long the point of cap is. This seems like a smaller point of contention. But don't exactly know. There's no setting that I can turn it on and off. So.
How's the right?
Caisson is directly in my way.
Hey, there's an enemy line to the south-southeast. Get down.
Hey, Boyd, break your load. Get into formation, buddy. They kind of have the hill. Maybe like a little bit further.
So Union's spreading out a little bit. I mean, look, some of Union fell deeply far back, some Union staying up. I don't know how aggressive, at least 12th VA and JD are going to play in the woods. As, I mean, they have a fair amount of guys there, but if you know your friendlies are over there, you got to think most of the Union team's in front of you. I assuming the CSA team is coordinating amongst themselves where they're all at. Now, at least the nice part about CSA is they've got a beautiful flank, because Union is forming a line to face CSA in the open field, so if they just shoot down that, they're most likely going to get a nice hit. And if we look at the tickets here, it already looks like CSA is starting to take a slight ticket lead. And so, we'll see what happens when we get to the next cap attempt from CSA. I assume it's going to be when they hit breaking, them being Union. But we still got probably 3-4 minutes until that happens.
Shoot and dance, shoot and dance.
Someone on CSA, it looks like some I-Corps guys are like pre-capping. I'm guessing they're pre-capping. Sure, yeah, look, okay, they're pre-capping. So, they're maybe trying to bait Union out of the woods. But also, once Union hits breaking, CSA wants to insta-cap because they don't want Union to be able to countercharge out on them, because that Union charge was very dominating. But it will force Union out in the open to get near point as they're close to breaking. It's a little more controlled of a cap. I don't know if that first cap was intentional or not. There seemed to be a lot of argument in chat. So that makes me believe that the cap was intentional. 12th VA shifting out. JD also pushing to get a beautiful flank there to the left of 12th VA. And a lot of Union are holding on the straight fence in the open. They are capping. I assume it's those guys right there. CSA artillery has taken over the Union guns on the top of that hill.
Good job, Torso.
And there goes Union down to breaking. So, Union is in breaking. 14 minutes left. That is a lot of time to shoot your opponent down a morale stage. And CSA has that ticket lead. So, you know, as long as CSA keeps it up like this and doesn't lose tickets in an extreme way, then, you know, they are chilling for the rest of this round. Union starting to back off the Caisson's artillery, 12th VA, JD getting a beautiful flank on them. And they might push up and take the guns to get even a better flank. Looks like 12th VA will do that.
You missed, you bitch!
And Union, again, still trying to bend, don't break. Some Union are looking to turn into them. 12th VA is actually going straight in. Union charging in. You got Ninja here. JD trying to push along where 12th VA was. And they're trying to get a little flank. 12th VA's charge was held. Rest of CSA collapsing from the top. Looks like CSA wants to win. JD charging in. Union kind of caught in a pincer here as CSA drops. Here comes next little batch of Union, though. The last batch.
Brace the fence, brace the fence.
But point is still going in CSA's favor. Now, big question is going to be a flag with all of this. Whose flag is up? Looks like no one's flag is down. You have some Union shifting on the forest side. Point is still going in CSA's favor. However, it seems as though Union has the advantage, but you've got some CSA, 15th Alabama here. A beautiful flank. And Union, a lot spawning at me, and a lot of Union trying to go woods hit behind where JD and 12th VA are at. Point still going in CSC's favor. Union down half a morale stage. And 15th Alabama, despite their weapons, are slowly breaking through. Meanwhile, on the other side, things are kind of slowing down. Union and the flank in the woods are taking a while on that flank. Point still going in CSC's favor. This is going to be close. Union, I think, has a shot to stop this. Yep, and there it goes back down.
Get on point! Get on point! Get on point!
Again, though, I mean, CSA took a huge ticket lead with this engagement, so regardless, this will be a good charge for CSA as long as they can get the flags out. Looks like Ned's going to get that 15th Alabama flag out. And so CSA reforming there. Looks like CSA lost one flag in the wood line.
One cannon, one cannon, one cannon. Shifting direct. Shoot that guy.
Yep. Shoot that guy. Come on, guy.
And so, despite the early cap mishap there with CSA, it looks like they're going to pull a win despite this. Now, at this point, Union has to find a way to get CSA down the final push. They're down by a lot, and the odds of it happening are little, but sitting in on point like this, they're just going to slowly lose. So I appreciate the Union's effort here, albeit slowly, to charge out at the CSA, and CSA artillery guys are at least pulling off, hoping their infantry can protect them.
Break your reloads.
Or maybe Union just wants to take these guns, but
Stand and hold. Infantry stand and hold.
We never surrender. Fuck those Yankees.
Team gun to left hand.
Fuck you, Bill.
Hey, we got, there's Yankees looking at us.
so CSA reforming. Looks like all flags are picked up. PA and Iron Brigade trying to charge. This might hit them in the last stand. They're trying to get flags down, which, for the most part, they're going to get out there. CSA's got some guns up. So it's just a matter of time. There they go. 9 minutes. So if a USA guy dies, he don't come back. CSA has 9 minutes. They could shoot Union. You know, for someone like me that's like watching aggressive action from an attacking team and charging, you know, if something works, you keep doing it, right? It's like in college football. If you can run the ball up the middle and the defense can't stop it, why change? So, you know, it's good strategy from CSA. You could argue about that cap, but regardless, it looks like CSA is going to pull away with a win unless the admin ends the round.
Make them pay. Keep laying it in.
But every kill's still going to matter here. It's campaign and whatnot. Union wants to probably get the most amount of kills as possible. Union will be going on the attack next round. I'm excited to see Burnsides. I have not watched that map in a very long time.
Remember what Jesus said, if you die, you're gay.
What would Jesus do? Shoot rebels.
That's right.
Alright, we're just running in circles then.
And so I like what CSA is doing. They're keeping their distance because if CSA charged, they would hit final push. They'd probably wipe most of the Union, but you know, it's better to play safe than sorry.
Don't be behind anyone.
Oh my God, don't spend my pussy at work.
And so 15th Alabama's starting to push up a little more. Some CSA are getting around the side in the woods. Got a couple more guys going up the center here. Looks like...
Like for real.
Oh, I thought it was an artillery guy, but Knight's just holding his binos, just walking right up there. What are they doing? They're getting awfully close here. Dude, they're walking with balls of steel here. They're just walking right up to the Union team. Anyways, other side here, 12th VA charging into Union. Union should hold, but that's not the point. Other side, CSA collapsing, 12th VA acting more as a distraction as the rest of CSA sweep through. They are going to hit final push.
He ran.
And that is going to be our first round as the last Union charge in. With one last huzzah. And so overall, really well played round from CSA. They did a lot right this round. Union had a good idea of trying to just burn that clock, but unfortunately for them, it was not able to work. The bend don't break. Unfortunately, they broke, and that early cap gave Union a little bit of light. But well done, CSA. I mean, if the shoot down is going to work, something you don't often see, you know, might as well do that. Why risk charging in or early capping when you know you have a strategy that is working well? So, I mean, Union, you can't really, I mean, what else can you do if you're Union, right? I mean, you don't want to charge the CSA. They got the better guns than you. If you charge and lose, you're out of that. I mean, best bet is turtling, and they kind of did that, and CSA did cap. So they kind of did what they did, and then when that charge happened on point, Union just got blown out of the water in terms of tickets. So, regardless, well done, CSA. We will see you all shortly here for round number 2. And here we are with the second round. If we go to our server pop right now, it's almost 300 in balance of 9 towards the CSA side. That turned to 12 in a matter of moments. Now 11. Regardless, CSA has 9 in artillery. Union has 4. So that imbalance at least makes it a little closer for the Union. So it's an imbalance of 8 infantry-wise. Joining with me for our second round, we have Corded here. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Corded, 6th Louisiana in 2nd Corps.
I was out of that. So, what is your opinion on strategy for both sides on Burnsides?
Well, Union's going to have to kind of clump up a little bit. They got to cross that bridge. There's not many different ways to do that. After they cross the bridge, they usually either all commit to one side or the other. If they go toward their left, so the south, they're going to kind of work around that hill over there and then push toward the center. If they go to the north, they'll probably make their way up to the stone wall and that little orchard next to the CSA artillery, and then they'll just work from there. CSA, for the most part, they're going to stay away from the bridge to avoid Union artillery. And then once Union starts to come in, CSA going to push up. They might charge the Union as they come across. I've seen it happen. But they'll usually just let the Union go to whichever side they get to, and then CSA will just shoot whoever's left. They might even charge the creek and try to get their flags.
Yeah, I do agree. As CSA, once Union gets on your side of the bridge and they get a foothold, it's not game over, but it's going to be really hard for you to win that game. So I do agree with once Union crosses, you either charge them as they're going across, probably not, but once Union gets to the side they choose, CSA just collapse instantaneously to wipe them out.
Yeah, and CSA, once Union's crossed over, CSA is going to have the number advantage, because any Union that's crossing, they most likely haven't even shot at the CSA. So, like you say, half of the Union team has died. You know, you outnumber them 2-1 on the banks of the creek. So it kind of just makes sense to charge them, get their flags, send them back to the other side.
Well,
Here they go.
Where do you think they're going to go, left or right?
Someone said left, so I think they're gonna go left.
Oh, look at that. CSA starting to take shots, at least from Union right. Or on the Union right. They're taking shots from that perspective. Weapons for CSA. They got Springfield 42 with 2nd Georgia, or the Lorenz, and then 20th Georgia has the Enfield of Mississippi. Regardless, CSA at least has fucking ball. CSA pressuring, but not yet charging. Look how many Union guys are dead on that bridge. Some guys are hopping over, and he's going to die to fall damage. Yep.
Yeah, it's a numbers advantage. Also, you know, CSA's got up by like 15 people, so.
Yeah, that is true.
Whoops.
So, whoops. Meanwhile, Union weapons here. They both have the Springfield 61. It's the 51st New York and 2nd Maryland. So, yeah, but CSA right now, they need to put pressure. They're kind of shifting around towards this right side. Maybe they're going to form up before going in. Union does have a ticket advantage of 56% on this map. But Union did get all 4 flags over.
Well, it might not be it's a good idea for the Union flags to remember that they can run out of bounds. All they got to do is just step back into the creek if everything, you know, goes to hell.
Yep.
Union's gonna maybe push right up, like they're trying to.
Yeah, looks like they're trickling that way.
Slowly going up.
You got more CSA collapsing in here to reinforce, and that's really perfect time from CSA. CSA, for the most part, reacting well. Union down on tickets. Got a lot of CSA kind of sitting on this left side of the CSA line on the CSA right. They need to... Well, I don't know. Actually, CSA's holding pretty well.
Yeah, it's not a bad position. CSA can at least knock tickets down for Union as they're just sitting there.
Counter charge.
That's one reason to not charge the Union. Since they got all 4 of their flags there, they don't really have a choice but to spawn anywhere else. Alright. One flag is already drowning himself. That is the smart thing to do.
True strategy.
His name is Subman too, so it's... some of those flags might not be out of bounds yet.
I think they're all waters out of bounds, I thought.
I don't know. I'm flying over some of it, and it's not quite out of bounds. Like the northernmost flag isn't. Although,
I mean, we'll see in 10 to 15 seconds if it despawns.
Yeah. Those flags are like vibrating under the water, so they might just, you know, they might throw themselves farther into out of bounds.
The jiggle physics.
Oh, actually, they might get themselves inbounds. It looks like.
Dude, why the flags?
I'm flying right over the flags, and they're not out of bounds.
One of them stopped jiggling. What?
It really died.
Who knew the flags did that? Oh, they're all jiggling again.
Yeah, I think all of them are inbound still. So.
No shot.
Yeah.
I
next
thought
time.
they okay, one despawned.
Well, oh, okay, never mind.
A couple of those Union guys are still alive. They're not going to be able to pick up the flags. They will drown trying to get them. Phoenix is trying to get
yeah, it's got to just be a water thing.
And yep. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's out of bounds or just all water in general. It's despawn. So, nice response from Union flags, if you want to call that a nice response. But great plays from CSA. Huge from CSA. I wasn't necessarily expecting them to hold that well when Union did decide to go. And Union did decide to push up really quickly. And maybe that's to prevent CSA from charging down on them. But remember, CSA, as Corded mentioned, is going to have a lot more guys right after Union charges across because CSA just unloaded lead into CSA who charged across. So it looks like MSG is going to balance over from CSA to Union, which, according to our glorious cord sheet, they had an estimated 4 to 7. Which I don't. Actually, we could just look at their exact number right now. MSG. They've got 4 guys, so that is going to turn it from a 17-man imbalance to 9-man imbalance. So, I mean, CSA is 12 on artillery too. Union has 7, so that should, at least infantry-wise, even things out. Union returning back up. All right, Union gonna go left or right now?
I like the officer standing on the.
They might try the right side again. So they can at least, you know, push the stone wall. I think it might be an easier side for Union artillery to hit. I mean, neither side is really great.
When are the destructible trees going to be added to the game?
Yeah, I think right or northern side is going to be an easier place for Union artillery to just, you know, fire at the hill and be more likely to hit CSA. Because I think the boundaries on that side are a bit tighter from the bridge to the north.
How many? I wonder how many. I know there wasn't a lot of defenders at Burnside's Bridge in like the real life actual Antietam battle.
Yeah.
How many were defending the top of that bridge? Let me look this up. How many...
Regulars. Remember, to the left, regulars. We're heading left.
500 soldiers, according to ChatGPT. Well, we just need 1,000-man servers, and that'll be realistic. Somewhat.
Yeah, what did you say it was?
500? That's what at least ChatGPT says.
500 what?
Infantry.
That's... Mine came up... My AI overview from Google said 500 Union casualties. But Union's crossing the bridge, we'll see how many casualties they have. Whether we're going left, some are going right.
Union splitting up, a lot going down in the center. CSA much more bulged up in the center as before. Union's trying to split. Maybe trying to force CSA to overreact on one side. Union right did not bring a flag on their side, so maybe it's more of a diversionary to give their other side with the flags a chance. But surely at least a few CSA would know that a flag was brought over. Union on the right, already pushing up a little bit. Union about to be engaged.
I love one thing you said. They will bulge in the center.
In the center, they will bulge. Hey, yo, hey.
All right, there's one Iron Brigade group trying to get up to the stone wall, but they're gonna get chased down by 15th Alabama.
I think that's more of a distraction to kind of throw CSA off.
Yeah, I mean there's still a lot of CSA on that side.
Yep. And
I mean, Union took all their flags to this southern side.
Union trying to give themselves more time. CSA is throwing lead though, and these flags are having a problem staying up. Union hit engage. You got I-Corps over here and JD.
Mexican jumping beans.
See a couple other groups as well, but they're putting lead down into the Union.
We do have some Union skirmishers in the north, keeping the CSA engaged over here.
Wait, did you say Union had 500 casualties on Burnside's?
That's what the Google AI said.
Alright, I need that.
So, the Battle of the Burnside Bridge during the Battle of Antietam resulted in about 500 Union casualties and 120 Confederate casualties. Let's see what the National Park Service said.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a different number. Well, that's... wait.
Well,
okay, National Park Service says
I don't think you should stand
engage cat.
CSA charging down, JD going in. Oh.
Hold your line, hold your line. Do not fall back.
Okay.
I-Corps joined them. Some CSA are still sitting up top. Union flags. One hops in. Second goes in. One down on land. 30 down in the water. One on land. Someone from Union's got to pick that up. There's enough Union guys there. One of them's going to pick it up. Granted, I don't know if it matters too much if Union has a down flagged here, because Union's going to run right back over here. And actually, Union survived that. D's and some others are trying to go down. JD slowly sending a few guys in.
You know, I just imagine if this was real life, someone like chucking a flag into the creek like a javelin.
Right there, boys.
They're charging us. Ha!
Get the flag out of here. They cannot have it. It'll despawn, and Burnside.
They must not touch the ground. They're just
Burnside,
floating on top of the water.
Burnside will regenerate the flag.
Dad, keep the flag up.
So I remember. I think it was last summer or maybe 2 summers ago in this Discord we were watching Gettysburg. More CSA are collapsing down, and they're gonna finish off the Union guys who did stay here. Check all those Union flags are in the water and will despawn. But yeah, we were watching Gettysburg in here, and when we were watching it, we were acting like we were watching an actual battle, like in War of Rights plan. We were broadcasting like the first day charge and from CSA and stuff like that.
Critiquing them.
Yeah, we were like,
what are they doing?
There are horses. What are those?
They're just charging up the hill.
They don't have enough tickets for this. They're in final push. But I just asked how many casualties they had, and it said you needed 500, 600.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought that would have been a higher number.
Oh, wait, yeah, engaged National Park Service says 5,200 Federal, 500 Confederate.
On bird sides?
For engaged, yes.
Wait, engaged or casualties?
Not casualties. Casualties was actually 500 to 120.
Okay.
So
that
yeah, I got that one right.
No, I seriously thought that would have been a higher number.
Yeah, I need to turn down my gain.
You gonna say something?
That's how it is. Georgia strong.
You heard it here. Gordon's forming a new regiment. He's leaving 6th Louisiana.
Yeah, I'm starting 1st Georgia. That's so sad. They're coming back to 2nd Corps.
So, CSA up by 1/3 of a morale stage about. 1/3 of the time has gone through. I mean, CSA is doing nearly everything right now. I mean, Union... I mean, neither side is doing anything wrong. It's just... when you get to these higher pop servers, CSA has so many guys, and Union's charging down such a tight area that it's just going to be very, very difficult for Union to break through.
I really hope CSA artillery has something good loaded and not like gel or case.
Well, that leaves only
Especially
one
the
option.
3-inch. Please give us canister.
Triple canister. Waste all the ammunition now. All right, here comes
not
Union.
that.
All right. Let's just watch from the end of the bridge here. Union artillery shooting right before they go across. It's not a bad idea. Union trying to hop up and over. Oh, well, it wasn't canister.
And it went through the bridge.
Another one. Went through the bridge? That can happen?
I think it went through the bridge.
Well, they're not blowing up on the bridge.
Yeah, it didn't blow up on the bridge.
Time is 10 years, which I've seen before.
It looks like they're all going right.
Don't jump from too high, boys.
Yeah, those shots must have gone through the bridge. Or the bridge just, I don't know, diffused the bomb.
Another reason to use canister.
Well, I don't know how many artillery caissons they have, but I know they have a few amount. But
how many times are they going to charge across the bridge?
At least 2. Well, they've done 3 so far. I mean, they haven't won. They're making some ground. CSA, at least on Union right, are shifting. CSA right are starting to move over. The center is not the right. They're holding over there.
Keep the pressure. Hot barrels, dirty hands, boys. Hot barrels, dirty hands. Keep it up.
CSA's just got to keep this up.
I took out troops.
I wonder if Union artillery is going to try and fire over the friendlies. None of them are facing that way.
I mean, if you aim high enough, you probably won't hit friendlies. I mean,
Yeah, they're all like facing the bridge.
oh, Union already?
Yeah. The bridge or like the hill behind it.
Union is kind of starting to shift a little bit. CSA looks like their whole team is over here, so
yeah.
CSA is running well. Union's trying to go up, but that is very trickled out. CSA
I mean,
countercharge.
okay. What might not be the worst idea is since CSA had all of their guys at the top of the hill, just for the Union guys to just run right in front of the bridge again. Let the CSA follow them, you know, where the arty is already looking. And just hit CSA right there. I don't know. I just know that charging up right from this position with that kind of manpower is not the move.
Union has lost one flag so far on land, one in water.
Oh.
Two are still alive, kind of in the backside. Too High hopped in the water trying to get Bob, but it's too deep and he can't do anything. Union had
One
taken
if by
losses.
land, 2 if by creek.
Sounds like a Lord of the Rings ring intro.
That's from Revolutionary War. That's Paul Revere, bud.
Well, yeah, 2 of them are on land, 2 in water. So, what the Union should do is, this is a core memory of mine, is so, when I was a junior in high school, I would used to watch General Cody videos during my, like, seminar or whatever to do homework. And I remember he did a Burnside's Bridge video where he was officer. And he told like 5 guys to cross the bridge. And the whole CSA team volleyed, then the rest of the Union charged across. And they won a glorious charge and they won the battle, I think. That would not work today. But I think it'd be kind of funny to see.
You couldn't make a video like that today.
No, you can't. If you send 5 guys across the bridge, they're going to get slaughtered. This ain't a 150-man server no more, or 100 for that matter. That's kind of the neat part about doing this, at least for so long, is that seeing how the meta changes with the game. War of Rights hasn't changed a whole lot, but
some maps have changed, but most of them not really.
Yeah. And I mean the metas just changed. It's like Hagerstown Turnpike. We're seeing that meta change, and there's no reason for that meta to change, but it is.
Well, I mean, I think the reason it had to change that Union started losing a bit more.
Yep. I mean that's
So,
partially due
yeah.
to higher pop and
CSA started to not, be aggressive while defending.
Who would have thought?
A little bit. They played a little smarter.
So here's a question. So, do you think Union should flip the map in terms of what direction?
I mean, they can. That's one thing you kind of do on the south side. You just gotta do it.
For those of you, Corey, the past couple times we watched the match, like Hagerstown Turnpike, he's like, you gotta flip the map as an attacker, which is what the Union meta has kind of changed to. At least
Take the
past
map,
couple weeks.
flip it.
Took the
Rotate it
passive
90
knee and
degrees.
picked it up and moved it.
And I was right both times.
Yeah.
How many it was. And the team did that, and then they won.
Imagine if they added the boats to this map. I don't think they would.
It's just a bunch of canoes.
River crossing. It'd be funny if they added the boats to River's Crossing, but you couldn't actually get on the pontoon bridge with the boats or whatever. So you're just stuck in the water. That would be a funny April Fool's troll. Oh, officers are talking.
And then when we charge, we all, like the spirit point,
Oh yeah, they have to talk in game.
And that way we're not trying to get shot down to shit and charge with half our team. Because every time we get on those banks, we never have enough men. Yeah. We might as well eat our losses and just go straight for them.
Oh, they're gonna go straight at them.
They're gonna break in the center.
I mean, we might as well take the flags with us if we do charge them. Look, if they're back here, they're just as worthless.
Remove bayonets!
Remove bayonets. No, I'd keep bayonets. Keep bayonets.
So that's I mean that's a fair point from Zoo though, is that Union flags don't really matter a whole lot if they're down on the CSA side, at least closer to the bridge, right? Because if Union lose a flag on the left or the right side right by the river, odds of Union just going back to that same spot and picking it back up is pretty high, and everyone's going to be respawning at main anyways, so.
Yeah.
But, I mean, CSA up by a third of a stage still. Looks like Union's getting ready to go in again.
Imagine if you could, like, use a limber and make a little bridge out of it, and then cross the creek.
Actually, Mythbuster. I wonder. You probably don't have enough.
Even if you could, it would not work.
It would not take 45. It would take longer than 45 minutes to make it work.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Union's getting ready. Should I do like the hockey games I watch where they're like the FanDuel betting odds of Union breaking across
the bridge?
There's a 5-in-1 chance that Union wins this. Bet now before it's too late.
Oh.
That shot went through the. It like exploded, but I don't know.
See?
What the heck? Union going straight in. 12th VA and 15th Alabama up front holding strong. Here comes another Union wave. They're coming in a bit more scattered. At least they're coming in blobs.
I wouldn't be doing the waves right now. At least not this stretched out, because CSA just keeps reloading before they reach the line.
Yeah. You know, at least they're trying something new, but... And there's not a whole lot you could frankly do as Union here.
Give me some arty salvos from the Union.
Alright.
Just paint that side of the hill.
Union needs to start axing Molex. I don't know if he's playing tonight, but they need to start axing Molex to start spawning crap in.
On some pontoons. Let's see, where is even the next closest bridge? I think it's to...
Imagine if they made that.
Not
it's
that
to
way.
the north, right?
It's the only other way you can go, actually.
Actually, maybe not.
Next crossing is Pry Forward.
It's inbounds.
It's gonna take it 20 minutes to get there. Oh, they actually got some people over on the right.
So the balancing, it almost makes you wonder. So hard because on a smaller pop. Well, actually, I'm intrigued to see a lot of these maps on a smaller pop, like 75v75, because even on smaller pops, I see defenders win maps that they traditionally wouldn't have years ago, and I don't know if that's because people are better or the meta changes or what. But
yeah, how many people did MSG have when we said earlier?
I think 4.
Okay, they have 3 now, and one of them is still on Union or CSA.
What is that balance?
154 to 137.
All right, might be a couple. Yeah, Union streamlining across. They're getting there. There is a Union flag on the right side. I think that flag is still down.
Keep running. Flip the map. Flip the map.
Oh yeah, Union going for it. CSA not there.
Right to the south. Take the hill.
CSA is about to hit, taking losses.
For the God President.
For Jesus!
Let's CSA charge you.
Here comes another. Here comes another. Kill this no-cap.
I don't think so, buddy.
Humiliating.
We got more over there. More over there. Charge them out. Let's go.
These bastards. Let's go. Let's go.
CSA charging on the bottom side, trying to do a little flankeroonie. CSA hits taking losses.
Yep.
Now this is kind of
Union reinforcements going straight across 30th Ohio.
Ah yes, a changing amount. There is barely any CSA left alive over here. I think 30th could take them. I'm joking. CSA is fully intact.
I mean, with that amount of people, you got a flag on the right side. You could run those up to the stone wall. Be even more of a nuisance.
That is true.
Okay, they went left.
They're gonna pick up all their flags,
That
kill
was
all the
the
Union
wrong direction.
with the kill streak machine gun. They're gonna call in.
Oh
And
my god. See, this is why we have Steam Chat. I forgot they don't have that.
You know, I found a mod for Ultimate General Civil War where you could give your guys instant reloads. It was very satisfying to just start a campaign, do all cavalry, and just blow right through the whole campaign. Just grab all the cav, click, and just watch it happen. It was beautiful. But that Union flag on the right at least is getting some respawns. I almost wonder if
Run that thing up, Stonewall.
Union should like charge the flags one side and charge everyone else the other side. It's an idea. I don't know if it would work. I assume some CSA would be like, only the flags are going that way. I'm gonna, you know, kill the flags. But you know, 30th is there. They could run that up.
Yeah, they got like 20 people there.
And Union over here is probably going to have to charge that left side, and they can't sit around and wait for them to despawn, because if they wait 5 minutes, it's going to be, what, 12 minutes left on that clock, and it's going to get into a point where you don't have enough time.
Yeah, now 30th's trying to go up, but 15th Alabama and the other CSA units coming up, they're going to give them a bad time.
It took way too long, and they didn't bring their flag with them.
They didn't bring it with them?
No, I think it's...
Okay, I mean, they'll be fine, but... Oh wait, flag's coming up! He's coming up by himself! Turn around! Oh.
Well,
Wait, it's out of bounds.
Think of the positives. Wow. See, well, I guess it doesn't matter, but...
I mean, they are pulling a lot of CSA up there.
Yeah, Union would have to charge right now.
They're a little disorganized.
I was watching Eastwood skirmish earlier today, and CSA was playing perfect defense. Like, they were reacting to everything Union was doing. Union was hard charging CSA left and having artillery break the snake fence. And CSA just squashed Union every time they went there. And then eventually what happened is Union sent like 5-6 guys to the CSA right, the other side, and it drew like half the CSA team there, and the rest of the Union just charged where they had been, and they just broke right into the woods, and they did that the rest of the game, and they barely won. But it was quite impressive. But Union, as we've kind of seen, could kind of do a similar thing, but CSA kind of just doesn't care about the 5 Corn Brigade guys that are still alive at that stone wall. I mean, they didn't see a flag, so...
Now we're going, let's go.
Alright, here we go, Union charging across. Be a bit more concentrated this time. I like it.
I have plot armor! I have plot armor!
Someone is hoping the plot armor protects them. Looks like they're going up center.
Cool.
See, the problem there with going up the center, you're asking for artillery to help you. Where is the aid?
Real question. Let's see. Any of them bats shoot? Nope.
That's a communication error.
4 cannons.
Holy crap, that charge just fizzled out of... Well, Union has had a rough night. They just got completely shot down all round 1 and couldn't do anything about it. And now they're just charging across and they can't do anything about it.
Yeah, somehow almost only 5th VA guys made it to the left side.
Oh my god,
I guess they're the only ones. I guess they're the only ones that went left.
I didn't even see him go left. I didn't see him.
CSA saw them though.
Alright, Angel's got the flag.
He's gonna pick up the flag, he's gonna try and run out of bounds.
Well, he's out of bounds.
Got a few more feet. Wait, no, he's not. Okay, he's out of bounds.
Yeah.
What? No, it's out of bounds.
Alright, maybe 7th time is the charm. That's why you play the game. You never know if a charge can work, which it's... Man, is this why Burnsides has not been played in events as of late, or what? I haven't watched Burnsides in a while.
15 Alabama's on the left.
see that smoke, independent fire at that smoke.
It seems like a lot of the Union artillery is not really waiting for Union to charge. They've just been hitting the hill.
Yeah, which that's not going to do much. I mean, you're going to maybe kill a guy or two, but they'll respawn right back in. You got to support the infantry.
Almost all of them have run out of ammo. That isn't canister.
That's the thing too, right? Is you would think already an infantry would communicate here, because problem is Union does not have enough guys once they cross the bridge and kind of get into their little corner on the left or right side. They don't have a lot of guys. CSA is destroying them. Artillery needs to knock down a lot of those guys for Union to have a shot. And right now we're not seeing that. I don't know how much of a difference it would make, but I'm sure a couple more Union guys would survive. Oh, man.
I wonder if you just, like, had all 4 cannons shoot canister at a good time, and they would just, like, suppress all the CSA. I wonder if that would even happen.
I don't know.
Oh! That was a good one.
So 11 minutes left. Union's got about 2 charges left.
Yep.
Which, where are their officers yet? They're spread out. Are they talking in chat? We should not charge until 4 minutes. Well, I mean,
okay. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, it's at this point, Union's only shot is getting CSA into breaking, and then charging in and hoping you win.
Yeah, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to keep the flags back on the bridge, so you can keep spawning people in faster. Assuming CSA gets distracted to one side, it'd be a lot easier to send a second group. Looks like they got all their flags back. Some of them are coming from main spawn.
Yeah. It's a couple. Well, one. How did that shot not kill anyone? The CSA shot just landed like right next to the Union line and didn't kill anyone. Anyways, when I was playing this in a public match, it was like what 125, 150 pop. I don't know if it was the 24-hour thing I did, but I remember us charging across the bridge as Union with no flags. The whole round. And I think it worked. And that's obviously it's a smaller pop,
Yeah,
but
I know.
you got to bring the flags across. I think to win burn sides.
Yeah.
Honestly, we actually dropped it.
But I wouldn't wait this long to go across. Because, like, at this point, even if you get CSA to breaking, you still gotta get across and survive.
You know, shooting down is going to bring CSA down to breaking and not much more than that. And by you charging, you'll hit CSA down into breaking. And so you want to give yourself the most amount of time. 2 charges is about the most you're going to get right now. And if you just sit and shoot this till 4 minutes, you're really limiting yourself to 1 charge. And then after that, either time will run out and just complete chaos is going to happen. So, you know, and this is just really props to CSA for playing this map, as you should. I remember when the strategy for CSA on Burnsides was to kind of let Union across and just hold back on the stone wall. That never worked, and it made me hate this map.
Yeah, I remember having a starting position on the stone wall. Or as CSA.
It's like you have a bridge. Use it. It's a choke point.
I know.
But now
it's an open area that they have to cross.
Burnside's bridge is healing.
Similar to many other maps.
This is the CSA's Rivers Crossing.
Fire, fire, fire.
Yeah. Not quite that bad. Because at least on this map, you can get across.
No, hear me out. They both have bridges, but Rivers Crossing has 2 bridges, unlike this map. Therefore, Rivers Crossing is a lot easier than Burnside's bridge.
There's one factor you haven't thought about that. The river crossing bridges are like 3 times as long.
So what? Size
So-
doesn't matter.
Length does.
It's
What do
the
you mean?
idea that counts. What? What's the... I think CSA has... I think Rivers Crossing is like the biggest ticket advantage to the attackers. Not...
Might be.
I think it's... I was looking at this earlier today. Burnside's is... What was it? 56% in favor... It's 56% in favor of Union, and then Rivers Crossing is 66%. Honestly, it should be higher,
And
but... or just lower Union tickets.
That's what I'm saying. I'm keel. You have to use your
I mean, it'd be the same percentage, right? It's the same effect. Ain't it?
What do you mean? Rivers Crossing
Well,
is
like-
10% more tickets.
Get ready.
For
I think like
CSA
if you lower Union tickets, that just means the percentage of tickets that CSA has
Right.
is higher.
But a
It's
lot of...
gonna be a-
Yeah, oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. But why you would lower Union tickets is because I've seen a lot of Rivers Crossing matches where Union will be in like high breaking or low taking losses by the end of the round.
Mhm.
Yep,
I wish you all
Yeah. I guess so.
So,
Also, Union has buck and ball. I think in like.
Do they?
Is it in both regiments? I thought they did.
I'm gonna look. I
Yeah,
will
might
say
be wrong.
the balancing of the game needs to be fixed. Now they said they wanted to release the company tool and they would like watch all the maps from there and then balance from there. But even without the maps,
Yeah.
this stuff is fairly obvious after you watch it for a while. Yes, Union has buck and ball for both regiments. That's great
Yeah.
too. It's like the
And they've got already that can look straight down the bridge.
yeah. Anyways, here we go. Oh my goodness. That was a beautifully timed CSA already shot. Made my game lag, but we're here for it. Union's got this charge. Going to hit final push, and they might maybe have an organized charge. Yeah, that shot went through the bridge. Why are the shots going through the bridge? Wait, Union's going left. They're not going up center.
They're trying to go left.
They're trying.
There you go. CSA's all clumped up. Sure wish
Nice.
we had some artillery right now.
There is no Union making a cross this time. CSA is up there. Knight is right next to the bridge. Hateful does get him, but Knight gets a lot. CSA gets breaking. Union.
They sent the flags too.
Final push. 4 minutes. I mean, if CSA collapses, this is over. CSA is already shifting. Wow.
Yeah. So if Union still had their flags on the other side of the bridge, they could at least hold some CSA in the center.
Heftily large.
They're right there.
JD's going in. Makes you wonder. Another 2 years before the Union meta will adapt to this CSA strategy.
I mean, there's not much you can do.
No. And there's a lot of maps need balancing. Like
Yeah.
Union Camp, for example. That's not even a fair map for Union. They have one defensive spot, and CSA has pistols with the first VA Cav, and Union has first US Sharps, who don't have pistols. So that's some objective advantage to the attackers. I don't know. Oh well. Still a great game. Anyways.
There's still a game to be had.
There is a game to be had.
We could have miracles.
I was told yesterday that there are like 1,700 videos on this channel.
Okay.
So I might like War of Rights.
Some Union guys are just charging by themselves, which I guess doesn't really matter.
They can take them on. Trust. You got Hateful down there. Oh, rip. Rough Rider and Freshy. Oh, Freshy Fresh is gone. Rough Rider through. He's trying to take on Knight. Oh, he died. Knight, I think, got team killed. Yep, by Goondog, nonetheless. Wow. First time his name's been brought up in a while, and he team killed. What a man. And Goondog is apologizing profusely in the chat. Sky Aelther, sorry if I butchered his name, he's just running back. He's like, nope, I'm not. Hudson is chasing him down.
Down with the traitors and up with the star. Let's go. We're going.
Oh, Zapstar goes down. Couple more going across.
CSAs are starting to charge the bridge.
MJ joins Knight. Mystic up here as well. Knight is a boss here, though. He's been up here, and he's just holding on the bridge, and no one can seem to kill... Oh, I think he got team killed again.
Got team killed, yeah.
He got team killed again. It's the enemy from within.
Union is not sending their best over the border of the creek.
Yes.
Build a limber wall.
I was saying I was briefly talking about the U.S.-Canada hockey game, and I'm like, we're going to turn an American Civil War channel into a politics channel. Surely that'll have a good end result. 1 minute left. It's just a turkey shooting.
Your comment section just gets a lot more racist all of a sudden. Like...
Well,
anyways, all those bodies.
Recorded your thoughts?
It's not an easy map for Union. If the CSA knows what they're doing, they can really capitalize on you having lower numbers after crossing that bridge. That's something the CSA's really been good about these past year or two. Union artillery is going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting getting Union across the bridge. And even afterward, they're gonna have to try and shoot over their friendlies, and you know, say a little prayer. Hopefully, they don't kill that many friendlies.
Yeah. CSA bar is dropping as people are dying out of bounds. It's funny.
Yeah.
I saw one Union guy try to climb up on the bridge and jump off, and he got killed before that. Sad now. Anyways, yeah, not much to say about this round. It was pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, Union artillery's got to do something. I don't know if it would.
They're gonna be worth the manpower.
Yeah, I don't know if Union artillery will make a difference, but it'll certainly help.
Oh, okay. Well, we do want to have the caveat of Union was outnumbered a little bit.
That's fair.
Like 15
But,
at least for most of the round.
They were so blown out of the water that.
Yeah.
Oh well. But anyways, that all being said, good couple rounds here for the Manassas campaign. It was Maryland campaign, reminder. But that all being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, we have a Patreon where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, we have our Discord, merch, X, Instagram, and more. Those links are in the description. Regardless, appreciate you all being here. I hope you enjoyed. And 1,500 casualties for Union. Just comparison to what we were talking about earlier. Anyways, have a good rest of your night.